In this video, I want to walk through how we can use Insight Live. So I currently am capturing this game between LAFC and Minnesota United. So I'm going to open up Insight. Now when I open up Insight, the first thing I want to do is go from post-game to live, and I'm going to select STS as my provider. STS is currently the only live data provider available to us in the MLS. I'm going to add the current game, and all the current games will show up in this menu, and they will now be added to my project to the right. We'll see the events are green, the tracking is green, we'll add the video in the next tab, and this live button is blue, telling me that the game is concurrently going on. So I'm going to go down now to the video tab, and here I can select my Sportscode capture. Now if I'm on the same machine as my Sportscode capture, it'll just show up as the first option. If the Sportscode capture is on another machine but on the same network, I can enter the IP address of that machine and select that Sportscode capture. So it doesn't necessarily have to be on the same machine as your Insight Live session. I'm going to go connect. Now here I can select the start time of the game. Now I missed the first 42 seconds, so I'm going to select just a random time. But of course you would want to start your Insight Live project or your Sportscode capture specifically before the game starts, so we can select the accurate start time of the game. But now that I can see my video is aligned. So now we can go to the dashboards. Now I'm going to delete these default dashboards you always get when you open an Insight project. And I'm going to go to my library and add just some generic STS dashboards I have. What I've also done before this is gone to my Teams tab and set Minnesota United as my primary team. So now when I open up my dashboards, I can see that they're already filling in with some of the information. Now if you notice when I open this, actually some tags started to appear on my timeline. And that's because in these data tables, if I look in the Send tab, I've checked Include when capturing live. So that means anything that is filling through this data table through the live STS data integration will actually show up now in my timeline as well. And I can decide what that event is called in my timeline in the Send tab as well, whether it's the row with the event name, so in this case like Minnesota United low block, or I can put them all on a single row and decide what that single row is called. Next, if I have my video angle set to default, which it currently is, if I select one of these, because it's connected to my Sportscode capture, I'll actually get the video of that event. And again, my timing's not just lined up that accurately. Not only that, but I actually have the tracking data available as well. So if I select that event again, we'll see the actual tracking data go on at the same time. Now the latency of the events and the tracking data into an Insight project differs. Sometimes the events come in 30 seconds later, 20 seconds later. The tracking data does take a little bit longer, but not too much longer to come through into Insight. Now this can just be left on in the background, of course, to auto-populate your timeline. So it's a way to almost have some sort of bot or coding help while the game is active. You could be coding individuals, set piece, that sort of information, while you're focusing on more bespoke moments to create presentations for halftime. Of course, you could also use the Insight dashboards themselves to analyze visualizations to get a better insight into the game. So for example, here I have crosses into the box, or here I have runs into the box from the Minnesota United perspective. So that's how we use Insight Live. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'd be happy to answer how we can implement this with your team.